For most of the world, the average workday starts at about 8 or 9 am. But Japan's new Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi just held a meeting with her MPs at 3 in the morning ahead of an appearance in Parliament at 9 am. She's pretty much made it clear in the past that she's a workhorse, but 3 am was a bit much for many to stomach. What you can't accuse her of, though, is that she didn't warn you. She has openly rejected the very idea of work-life balance. This is what she said in her first major speech after taking over.
We can only rebuild by reuniting every generation and with everybody's participation. Because there are only a few of us, I ask everybody to work like a horse. I myself will cast aside the idea of work-life balance. I'll work, and work.
But this 3 am meeting has drawn a lot of criticism. And the issue of overwork and work-life balance is especially sensitive in Japan, where there have been high-profile cases in recent years of death from overwork. They even have a word for it, Karoshi. In January 2025, it seemed that the situation in the country had started easing, with reports in January saying that a new generation of Japanese workers are opting for shorter hours. This brought Japan's work culture in line with many European countries. And months later comes the entry of their new Prime Minister. While Takaichi's supporters have defended her, saying that opposition lawmakers sent in questions late, others argued that the meeting, which involved many of the Prime Minister's aides and officials and lasted about 3 hours, was just plain unhealthy and it placed an unnecessary burden on her staff. Yoshihiko Noda, who was the Prime Minister a few years ago, said that the decision to hold the meeting at 3 am was crazy.
I would start work around 6 or 7 am. It's fine for her to work, but she should not be getting other people involved. It's a very sad attitude for the top leader of the country to show.
Takaichi later tried to clarify why she held the meeting, saying that her fax machine was jammed, so she went to the Prime Minister's residence where she hadn't moved in yet to review the briefing material. She also acknowledged that this caused her staff inconvenience, but she said it was necessary at that point. This controversy isn't a one-off incident. Japan is even considering relaxing the upper limits on overtime, something which Takaichi endorses. The current limit in the country is 45 hours of overtime per month, and this was put in place in 2019 after an employee at an advertising giant died by suicide after doing more than 100 hours of overtime a month. Takaichi, however, thinks allowing people to do more overtime is an important source of income.
I do not approve of overtime that leads to death from overwork. I am concerned that a reduction in overtime pay will lead to people damaging their health by taking on unfamiliar side jobs in order to earn a living.
While relatives of those who've died from overwork in the past think Takaichi is setting a bad example, some business leaders see nothing wrong in it. However, most do agree that while Takaichi can work however long she likes, she must not burden her staff with the same. Work-life balance and overwork have become raging debates across the world in the last couple of years. In India, Infosys co-founder Narayan Murthy and L&T chairman S.N. Subramaniam, who proposed 70 and 90 hours of work weeks, came under fire. The consensus across the world appears to be the same. Work longer if you want to, but it's unfair to expect employees to give up their work-life balance. Whether you stand on this debate, do let us know in the comments below.